Bette Midler is the eponymous second studio album by American female vocalist Bette Midler, released in 1973 on the Atlantic Records label. The album, produced by Arif Mardin and Barry Manilow, includes Midler's interpretations of Johnny Mercer and Hoagy Carmichael's Skylark, Berthold Brecht and Kurt Weill's Surabaya Johnny, Bob Dylan's I Shall Be Released and Glenn Miller's In the Mood, as well as a Phil Spector medley. Bette Midler reached 6 on the U.S. albums chart and was later awarded a gold disc by the RIAA. The album was released on CD for the first time in 1989. A remastered version of the album was released by Atlantic Records, Warner Music in 1995. Track listing: Side A, Skylark, Hoagy Carmichael, Johnny Mercer, 302, Drinking Again, Johnny Mercer, Doris Tauber, 248, Breaking Up Somebody's Home, Al Jackson, Jr., Timothy Matthews, 349, Surabaya Johnny, Bertolt Brecht, Herbert Hartig, Kurt Weill, 454, I Shall Be Released, Bob Dylan, 456. Side B, Optimistic Voices, Lullaby of Broadway, Harold Arlen, Al Dubin, Leo Feist, E.Y. Harburg, Herbert Stothart, Harry Warren, 227, In the Mood, Joe Garland, Andy Rozif, 239, Uptown, Don't Say Nothin', Bad, About My Baby, Da Do Ron Ron, Jeff Berry, Jerry Goffin, Ellie Greenwich, Carole King, Barry Mann, Mother Bertha, Phil Spector, Cynthia Weil, 323, Twisted, Wardell Gray, Annie Ross, 225, Your Love Keeps Lifting Me, Higher and Higher, Chevis, Gary Jackson, Raynard Minor, Carl Smith, 406. Personnel: Bette Midler, lead vocals, Barry Manilow, piano, percussion, backing vocals, musical arranger, musical conductor, Ken Asher, keyboards, Pat Rebilode, keyboards, Don Grolnick, keyboards, David Spinoza, guitars, Cornell Dupree, guitars, Frank Vento, guitars, Hugh McCracken, guitars, Stu Woods, bass guitars, Chuck Rainey, bass guitar, Bill Salter, bass guitar, Milt Hinton, bass guitar, Will Lee, bass guitar, Rick Marotta, drums, Grady Tate, drums, Bernard Purdy, drums, Steve Gadd, drums, Luther Ricks, drums, percussion, Ralph McDonald, percussion, Arif Mardin, percussion, Kenneth Beichel, synthesizers, Gene Orloff, concert master, Gail Cantor, background vocals, Merle Miller, background vocals, Sylvia Shemwell, background vocals, Myrna Smith, background vocals, Tasha Thomas, background vocals, Shirley Brewer, background vocals, Ann S. Clark, background vocals, Sharon Redd, background vocals, Robin Green, background vocals, Charlotte Crossley, background vocals. Production: Arif Mardin. Producer: Barry Manilow. Producer: Gene Paul. Recording engineer: Lou Hahn. Recording engineer: Jimmy Douglas. Recording engineer for additional recordings: Robert Warner. Recording engineer for additional recordings: Elliot Shiner. Recording engineer for additional recordings: Buzz Richmond. Recording engineer for additional recordings: Scott Schreckengosf. Recording engineer for additional recordings: George Piros. Mastering: Dennis King. Mastering: Richard Amsel. Cover art: Lee Gerst. Backliner photo: Loring Udemy. Album design: recorded at Atlantic Recording Studios, New York, NY. Additional recordings at A&R Studios, New York, NY. Atlantic Recording Studios, New York, NY. and K. Smith Studios, Seattle, Washington. Remixed by Lou Hahn and Arif Mardin.